also are demoing. We got. Oh, dude, I forgot your name already.
Gannon.
Danny.
Gannon with a G, like Cannon with a G.
Dan. Spell it. I'm gonna.
Gannon.
Gannon.
Yes.
Oh, I'm glad I had
Like
you
from
say
Zelda.
that. Because I could have sworn I heard Greg say Danny this morning.
I thought about just making my own nickname Dan, so it's easier.
That's hilarious. Gannon. No, that's good. My name's Thorin, and everyone looks at me different. And I was like, I just explained it where my dad was reading Lord of the Rings at the time. The Hobbit. Thorin. So, Gannon. All right, so we both got different names. Gannon. Okay, I'm glad I asked. Anyway, McNeilus, that's not the horn, that's the steering column. McNeilus brought in a Zero Radius. Where'd they get that name from?
I think it's just for the action of the arm itself, rather than kicking out like most brands do.
Gotcha.
It's bringing it directly up the side of the truck and tipping it in, which this design is patented by McNeilus, so
Gotcha.
the only place you'll find it at.
So if we're in alleyways and we're worried about it kicking out, hitting someone's garage, the ZR is kind of built for that.
Yes.
Yeah. And we've been running for almost 3 hours, and I'll say, like, I kind of got used to it pretty quick as far as getting used to the action of the arm. There really isn't much difference using the joystick and the McNeilus versus the new way that I normally run routes with. It doesn't feel that much different. And you called it proportional control.
Yes.
Which, unpack that. What do you mean by proportional?
Proportional control, more or less, to simplify it, is just you can go fast, you can go slow, all depending on how you're angling your joystick.
And the way I've explained it to people is like the amount of input you put in the joystick is the amount of output you get in the action of the arm.
Yeah, that is a great way to put it.
Because like with the Bridgeport that we also run, as soon as the hydraulics gets told to signal, it's 100%. So it's 100% arm goes out, 100% arm goes in, all power. And for speed, sometimes that's nice, but sometimes that's a little too much. Like it shakes the truck. Like this arm shakes the truck a little bit, but it's actually pretty soft, easy control. And we're running a demo truck, so we're not getting full speed on the arm, right?
No, so currently I do have it turned down. That's just, we take this truck to places that have only ran rear loaders since they've been a thing, and that's just their first experience of a side loader. So we want to slow it down, that way they're not running out too fast, hitting a car, or coming down too fast and breaking cans. We just want to make sure the truck's safe to operate for somebody who hasn't even looked at a side loader.
That's so you might get a rear load driver that gets in this thing and is completely...
Oh, I've had a guy rip off a bumper before.
Oh, no.
And that was with a slowed down unit, too.
Oh, no. So percentage-wise, what percentage of full?
This one's probably sitting at about 75 to 80 percent of the full speed.
So, yeah, there's a little bit more room there to get a little bit. And is that speed, or is that also, like, grip strength?
Just speed. Grip strength, I don't know specifically how the system works, but it's one set pressure for that grip strength.
Because there's been a couple of these already where they are like packed pretty full, like they wedged in some boxes or packaging, and I have to like grab it high up on the barrel by the lid so it doesn't squeeze the can too much where the trash doesn't come out.
Yeah. And I've seen some people actually make that their standard with these. They grab them higher up because it's capable of doing it, and then it won't pinch it as hard in there.
Yeah. Let's see. The camera. Okay. I gotta check the camera every once in a while in the hopper.
Make sure
I think it's still
not
there.
Missing.
Yeah, right. I mean, of all the cameras to lose, I think that's probably the better one to lose. But I still don't want to lose a camera.
Yeah. Well, it's still money out of the pocket regardless.
It's still money out of the pocket. And YouTube is kind of like stagnated my channel, so the ad revenue is not as what it was a year ago. So I gotta be a little more cautious as far as, there's only so much I can justify to my wife when I buy stuff on Amazon. You know, it used to be I could buy a camera and be like, well, it's for work, you know, and it's ad revenue. No, it's not so much. I gotta pump the brakes. And if I had merchandise to sell, this would be where I'd plug it. But I don't yet. I'm working on it. So anyway, McNeilus, we don't have it at full power, which is fine. I got acclimated real quick, relatively, because you were saying like by the 20th stop, I was cycling them 11 seconds or so?
11 seconds, and the way I time that is, it's like if we were to do this can, I would start the timer as soon as that arm starts moving. So right now, boom, start the timer all the way until the arm releases the can. If you just go cycle time from grab the can, up, dump, and down, you're probably looking at a 5 or a 6 second dump time.
Right. Because like when I would do other content explaining to people how I measure the time, you can't see it, but I go from when I start to apply the brake. So I count the amount of time I spend at a place from when I'm applying the brake to hitting the accelerator to leave. That's my start and stop time. And I can do that in 15 seconds or less with that. See, now I can't do that. That's what happens when you start explaining what you do. That's when you mess it up.
Yep.
There'll be guys that will say they'll tip 1,000 cans in a day as soon as someone stops to watch you work.
That's when
I'm gonna screw it up. So it does take a little bit of getting used to. I didn't want to record too early in the morning because I thought, man, learning an arm, trying to talk to you and look at what I'm doing, like I'm gonna screw a lot of stuff up. But really, the learning curve from a new way to this has not been bad at all.
No, it's fairly easy to pick up on, and you can go any sideloader to any other different brand, and then as long as you've ran one before, you got the general idea of it.
So do you show up at a place that's been rear loaders and be like, hey, whoever's played the most video games, get me that guy?
Actually, no, we kind of do the polar opposite. Usually we try to get the oldest, old timer. Yep, because if you can get the old timer to really like it and to see the value in it, then that usually helps sway sway everybody else to say like, hey, if they're saying it'd be good, then it must be.
Start in hard mode, get the toughest guy to get the toughest convert, then you're good to go. That's nice. That's a good strategy too. Because some people have seen my content and asked like, how'd you learn to do that? And I half jokingly say video games, but it's not terribly inaccurate.
No, it's not. You need hand-eye coordination to correspond with it.
Yep.
And video games have been proven to help with that.
Yeah. I played some flight sims back in the day.
Oh yeah.
There's an old one called X-Wing Alliance. It's a flight simulator. It was like came out in '99. This is before your time. You're young, but that was a really good one. So that alarm is, I didn't have the arm stowed all the way?
Yes, that's all it was, is the proxy sensor on there wasn't reading it.
Gotcha. And what's different about this design is it stows, when you're transiting from one neighborhood to the other, it stows up in the hopper and not up against the body, which is a little strange to me, but it meets the clearance. Like it's below the, like what is the height?
Height of this one is 13.1, and I think the standard for most rows is 13.6.
Okay.
I believe 13.6 or 14.
Yeah, I think you want to keep it under 14.
Yeah.
Usually there's a sticker mounted in a cab.
It's on your visor there on the underside.
Oh, there it is. I saw it. Yeah.
And then I believe it has it on this door over here. It should be on that door as well, I believe.
I wasn't too worried about it because we don't have any places that are like low clearance. There's a couple areas in a different town where I know you go underneath like an overpass, and that gets a little sketch. But no, we're pretty good as far as it's pretty wide open, and we really don't have to mess with alleys much today either. So not bad. I'm gonna try to turn around here. The mirrors are not what I'm used to. I joked earlier that we could talk shit about Peterbilt. We won't talk shit about McNeilus, but you said no, we can't critique McNeilus.
Yeah, no, I've love getting operator feedback on things they like, things they don't like.
Yeah.
Because McNeilus, they're one of the few companies, and there's other refuse companies that do it, but
Yeah.
McNeilus, they will listen to operators if they're hearing a common issue with, say, the dial on the joystick. I know certain places they run buttons for the graphics.
Yeah.
So, like, that's something I hear common, that's something we forwarded on, and that's something I believe is in development for an option content rather than the dial.
Yeah.
You'd get buttons. But they listen to operators, and the engineers formulate a plan and figure out how to make that happen.
I might try to, like, that 360 camera, I'll try to zoom in. I don't know if it can see it, but you have to, like, push this dial up to release and push it down. I'm going to take a close-up photo. There. I'll edit that in. But that was a little strange to get used to when I started. Because these two blue buttons, the blue buttons, one is for adding an extra pack.
Yep, so your top button on that controller, that is your auto pack function.
Yep.
So if you got a bunch of stuff in there and you need to run another pack cycle, or you're getting full but you only got 10, 20 cans, you want to run an extra pack, hit that, it'll run a cycle.
Okay.
And then the bottom one is an auto dump feature, so you can go out, grab the can, and press and hold that button. It'll bring it in and up and dump it for you, and then all you have to do is set it back down.
We might try that.
Feel free.
I haven't tried the auto tip yet. And what's the default cycle? Like, if I tip a can, it cycles the hopper once?
Twice, and you can adjust that.
Okay.
So you can just, the screen up here, we currently have it laying over, but
right. Yeah, we took the screen
we can
down.
go into that settings on there. We can adjust that pack cycle. You can have it only pack one time. You can have it pack 5 times.
5.
You can ramp that thing up there to where this thing won't stop packing throughout the day.
That's interesting, because the new way, you can go 1 to 3 cycles, which is usually enough. And then they have a green button. You can hit this green button to add more cycles. So the cycle count isn't something I have too much of a hang up with. And like new way, they got the a button for open and close, and I don't know. I'm still undecided about this dial, rolling the dial up and down.
I think the idea behind the dial is you're able to get more feedback from it, so you can, just like with left and right and up and down, you're able to open it real slow and close it real slow as needed.
It is gentler.
I think that's kind of the idea behind it.
I get that. It's a little gentler on the thumb, because there's been a couple times, not often, where like I'm always tapping the buttons for opening or closing, because if it's close to an obstacle, you don't want
it to swing open really fast
Yep.
and hit a car or a trailer.
Yeah,
or...
you're trying to be a little more dexterous with it. I think that's a word. Dexterity. Dexterous.
Yep.
I got to pay. Good morning. How's it going?
There you go. Thanks.
Thank you. Have a good one. All right. So I'll try to open or close it slowly if I'm close to an obstacle. So you're adding a lot of extra taps on that button.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, there's a nerve in the pad of my thumb that if you roll on it enough times, it'll just feels like a shock.
Like when you step out of a vehicle the wrong way and you get that weird feeling in your heel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I feel like that button was hitting that nerve a lot all day, and I just hit it funny. I'm like, oh, and I'm usually fine. But I wonder with this dial if it's gentler, because I'm not putting pressure on the thumb. I'm just rolling,
hovering over that dial and pushing it up or down.
The only thing, I guess the complaint I had earlier was this cab is a little cramped, so I feel like my arms tucked in, like I'm gonna have carpal tunnel by the end of the day, because it's, I mean, ideally, ergonomically, you'd probably want it out here where the cup holder is, so your muscles aren't clenched all day.
Yeah, you're not tight, you're loose and extended out.
So if anything, that's something I can tell Peterbilt. I don't know what you guys did to your cab, but a little bit more room would be nice. Especially where you could put a day bag.
Yeah.
The extinguisher is taking the spot there.
Well, usually the way I see these, well, people mount that extinguisher over here on the floor or on the side, kind of under the seat a little bit.
Yeah.
So
that's a valid point. The thing is, like, we're doing a demo truck, so like if I had this thing permanently, there's probably a few things I could do to make it a little more creature comfort. But I still want to push the seat back.
Yeah.
I can't
be able to lean it because these seats don't even lean.
Yeah. Because I had that Battle Motors I demoed with the New Wave 3.0. That had a lot of room.
Have to bring you a back chassis to check it out. Those things are, I love them. Cadillacs.
They sit a little lower too, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, they sit a little lower. They ride a lot smoother than the Peterbilt does, and like I said before, you can lean that seat all the way back and slide the seat all the way back at the same time and not reach the steering wheel very well.
Yeah, and that's another one of those things, like when I was in that Battle Motors, I kind of didn't like sitting lower, but we also have a lot of customers that set trash outside the cart to get serviced, and if I can't grab it with the arm, that lower entry is nicer.
Yeah.
It changes my visibility. I liked having that higher viewpoint.
I think all the lower it sits is maybe like 6-8 inches lower.
Yeah.
It's not dramatically lower. Now, if you were to get like a Connex chassis or something like that, those are right now we're probably sitting a good 4 foot off the ground.
Yeah.
Whereas in that one, when you're sitting in the seat, you're probably 2.5. Oh yeah.
Just low rider.
But you can stand up in those.
Yeah.
In those cabs, walk through them.
Connex. How's that similar to like the Dennis Eagle? Have you been in those?
I have not. No.
I sat in one. I didn't drive one, and it was fun. I mean, it's like sitting in a bus. It's hilarious. Yeah. A lot of windshield to keep clean. I'm not necessarily complaining. Like I definitely like having really good visibility, and that's one of those things I was telling you earlier about these mirrors. That top mirror, I like having that big convex on top.
Yeah.
With a lot of view. This one, it's like I could use a little more mirror. What's going on in the hopper? Now you don't have to look. I'm just kind of talking out loud. It's like a piece of cardboard that wasn't quite
packed in yet.
Yeah. Okay. I lost that one. There we go.
Right there's where the hand-eye coordination comes in.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the hopper camera's nice to see what's going on up there. And this one's set up different, where I usually split my hopper camera with the backup camera, but this one's split with the what is it? It's a camera that's on the cart. It's the
third eye system is what they call it.
Third eye system. And that's to help guys line up the grips.
Yep.
Gotcha. Do you know a lot of guys that use that heavily? Because
it's about a 50-50 split.
Is it?
Yep. A lot of people use the mirror. A lot of people use the camera. It's just a matter of preference. And that camera up there, that is option content, whereas your backup camera and your hopper camera are standard.
Standard, yeah.
So if you don't even get that option, then you're using the mirror. So
well, it makes me think like pretty soon they're going to train AI to use those cameras, and it's going to be able to.
That's what the cart seeker system is.
Yeah, yeah.
Cart seeker, you'll pull up to it, and AI activates everything it needs to grab the can, dump it, and set it right back where it was.
Yeah.
You don't have to push a button.
That is kind of the hot debate. It's like, how long are guys going to be driving garbage trucks before they send out an automated one?
I don't think it'll ever be a humanless job.
Yeah.
I just think AI and different systems are going to play more into it in the future.
Sure. It'll get integrated.
Whether it's just automatically checking if carts are out, or if it's running the arm for you.
Yeah. Well, that's where I get
too much danger in having an unmanned vehicle.
And that's the thing they got to figure out. Like for me, I depending on my mood, there's some days I think, well, the incentive to get a driverless garbage truck is so high. You'd think someone would want to be working on it, because if you could reduce your labor costs, like that's what would be the monetary incentive to figure it out. But then it creates this whole new just a whole new logistical and legal issue.
Yep.
As far as like liability.
If the system were to have an error and run a red light and hit a car, obviously your insurance pays for it, but who do you hold liable?
Right. Is
Do
it
you hold
like
the company that made the system? Do you hold
Yeah.
the company that owns the truck?
Like, is Elon Musk getting a phone call saying, "Hey, your full self-driving truck just smashed through a house"?
Yeah.
Or
Exactly.
who knows?
The self-driving cars and all that stuff, that's a bit easier because there's less damage that could ensue
Sure.
behind them, obviously to an extent. But
Yeah.
whereas something like this,
Big
40,000-pound vehicle,
Big oops.
that's a lot of damage. That's somebody's house, that's somebody's child.
Yeah.
So
It's hard to walk away from that and just say, "Hey, my bad."
plus if an AI element's just watching what's in front,
Yeah.
whereas if you got a driver in the seat and you got a
Yeah.
kid playing with the ball over there, ball rolls out in the road,
Can it
AI will
recognize?
pick up on the ball and swerve, but will
Yeah.
recognize that the kid's running from the garden or wherever. So
It is interesting. I have used AI on my phone where I turn the camera on and walk around and be like, "Hey, can you recognize what we're looking at?" And it's getting good, but am I willing to put like life and liability at that? Not yet. Not for me. At
I'm
least.
sure someday we'll be at that point.
Yeah.
But I don't think it'll ever go fully AI.
No, not. I don't
Not
think
unless
it's coming.
not unless it's like the game Detroit Become Human and you got
Nice.
humanoid androids running it.
There you go. Who knows? I'm gonna have to try this auto tip soon. I haven't tried that yet. I haven't.
Only thing is, just make sure your joystick stays in a neutral position,
Oh.
because otherwise it'll just slow it down. It's
Gotcha,
not going to
okay,
hurt
okay.
anything. Like you can crank it over to the side and press and hold that button.
Yeah.
It's just gonna go slow.
We'll try it with this one. Because the thing with these 360 cameras, like if you let them roll for too long with not a lot of airflow over it, they get hot and they shut off. So I don't know if we're getting close there or not.
So you just press and hold it with that operator presence switch,
Oh, okay, I see.
and then you set it back down.
Oh. You know what, that does save a little bit of. Oh. All right. Well, maybe I'm still learning. I don't think
That has to go in the blooper reel.
There we go. I'm testing out this new truck. It's a new truck that I'm demoing, so we're trying to feature, and I was like, I gotta learn a little. Yeah, later. That's perfect timing, right when someone's
Like you were saying earlier.
exactly what I was saying. Like I'll screw it up when I have a witness.
Yeah.
But there was one time Mitchell was saying that his wrist hurt because he was running the auto cart or New Way, and I watched him doing it. I was like, man, that's gonna add a lot of wear and tear because he wouldn't use his arm to move the joystick. Like
He was just using
the
wrist
wrist?
motion.
And I was like, dude, you gotta like. Oh, what was that? That was fast. Oh, it dumped from like extended out.
Yeah, so actually in the system in here, I wonder if I can get it to pull up.
That was strange. I thought I wouldn't even tip if the arm was still a little bit out.
Nope, so there's a proxy sensor on that arm.
Yeah?
So and that's more or less like if you got an overloaded can or anything like that, you can get a little bit of distance.
Sure.
Trying to see if I can find. Yeah, so right here,
Yeah.
really quick when we come to a stop, you look, you got 6 different sensors on there. You got 2 on the top,
Okay.
then you got these 3 sensors. That's your stowed to home sensor. That's that mid sensor.
Gotcha.
So when that's in, that's when you're able to take it all the way over, and that's your
Oh.
out sensor. So that'll read what that connects with your front
So
sensor telling you you're out or you're in.
It'll still let me tip even though it's just a little.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you have it extended out 3-4 foot, it won't let it.
won't
It'll
tip.
stop it.
All right. Well, now we're learning a lot today.
Then, in addition, on that arm, it's on the back side of it. I think they put it there just so tree branches don't hit the sensors. But if you
Okay.
look at it, there's 2 green sensors. The bottom one, it tightens up the grabbers when it passes that point. It tightens them, so if you're a little loose on the can, snugs them down, make sure you don't drop
Sure.
your can in.
Sure.
And on top of that, it also trips your system so you can't open and close that grabber. So that's what's preventing you from opening that grabber up in the hopper. And then the top sensor is actually a brake. So when you're coming up, rather than just slamming that down into the pads, it's slowing it down using a brake and using hydraulics.
Interesting. All right. So the last 2 I used the auto tip. and that's smooth. And like I said, it adds a little less wear on your wrist, because like I said, I was watching Mitchell do it, and he was like rolling his wrist to move the joystick. I was like, I don't know if you want to do that all day. And the reason I was kind of griping about this Peterbilt, I want to be able to like move my shoulder and arm back. So that's doing the work. Because I figure your shoulder is built a little bit more for the that much action.
That constant motion.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I could tip it. Yeah, I don't know. It is interesting. I was watching this
Something
car.
cool if you want to do it. Pull out a little bit from that next can.
Yeah.
Go out and grab it so you're extended out 4 or 5 foot, and then press and hold that auto pack, and it's cool. It brings it up and in at the same time for you.
All right, we'll try that out. We'll go from a little distance out. Because this does have a 12-foot reach, yeah?
Yes.
All right, so it auto engaged.
So once we hit a certain point up there, you see it stopped it, then it hit a certain point coming in, kept carrying it back over.
That is interesting. I feel like if I was doing this regularly, that's probably something I'd have to get used to.
Yeah, well, like I said, when I do the trainings on these, I get operators comfortable with the joystick and where they're running just that, and I tell them about a month in, then to start using that auto dump, because then you're proficient with the joystick. If that button doesn't work, you're not SOL.
Right.
You're still going to be efficient, still make your time, it's just you don't have that button.
So it's full of like yard waste.
Great.
If my tablet was set up, I'd probably mark it down. But no, that makes sense. Like I'm tipping cans, I'm getting the route done. But there is another level of proficiency to unlock, with enough time behind the wheel.
Yeah.
So it's like when I do these demos, and it's not like I do a lot of demos. I've done like one other one, and maybe that's